Hey, it's Randall, and I wanted to let you know that there is an easier way to work with rental clients. So, what's the secret to getting your applications accepted? What's the trick for making life easier for you and your clients? So, remember this. Anytime you pick up a client, you want to build a case. Build a case. Build the best case that you can to support why your client deserves to get the rental property that they're applying for. So how do you do that? So you get a new lead. You need to establish contact with the lead. So once you've established contact with the lead, you need to set the expectations of what they should expect throughout the process. Also, set up a consultation. Meet with them in person if you can. If you can knock all of these next steps out at one time, that'd be great. So if you're going to set up a consultation, you can explain the rental process. You can have them fill out applications. Remember, each applicant over 18 years of age has to fill out an application. So they need to fill out the apps, but I would suggest leaving the property address blank for now because you're not sure which property they're going to apply on. But you're building a case. You want to collect all the documentation up front. So have them fill out applications. If they can bring supporting documentation for, say, the last 30 days of pay stubs to show proof of income, collect that. You might want to make copies of their identification since most landlords are going to ask for copies of their IDs anyway. And if they have rental references, collect letters from their current landlord or if their apartment complex. If there's anything that they can provide up front, that looks fantastic. Also, don't be afraid to ask them tough questions. I would always ask clients, is there anything that might show up on a background search or a credit check that could harm your chances of getting a property? They're going to know. They're going to know if they broke a lease or if they haven't paid a card or this and that. The reason it's important for you to know this up front is you can get them to write letters of explanation ahead of time. If I have a client that had a broken lease in the past, I would get him or her to write a letter of explanation, just a short paragraph or two explaining what happened. Maybe they had a hardship, maybe a family member passed, maybe something happened, but letters of explanation should go a long way. The reason you want that is when you submit the applications, you don't want to try to hide anything. You want to be upfront with whatever information you have. So don't hide behind it. Be upfront and provide letters explaining why your client should still be considered. Remember, you don't need letters of explanation unless there's something that they need to explain in their report. So now you've established communication, you have set the consultation, you've gone over the process, and you've collected all your supporting documentation for your client. Now you're ready to start showing properties to them. If you go out and show properties before you've done all this, then what will happen most of the time is they'll end up finding a property that they like. And then they're going to have to go home and then get the applications filled out and then gather all their documentation. And all this documentation gathering can take more than a day. Sometimes it takes a couple days depending on where they work. So then you've now created an opportunity for them to miss out on the property because they weren't prepared. So you as an agent, you're the expert. Explain to the clients, hey there, I'm here to get you into whatever rental we find, whatever one you want to get into, and this is what I need up front in order for me to do my job better for you. And that's how I would always explain it. That way they're not looking at you saying, why do you need all this up front? Why do I have to give you this up front? You just let them know, look, I'm great at what I do, but I have to have my tools for me to go to work. My tools are the application, documentation, all these things. That way I can build a great case for you for when we do apply for a home. Everything's there. The landlord, the agent will be impressed, and your chances of getting the place will be much higher. And they'll appreciate that, and they'll work with you at that point. So, and always contact the listing agent before you submit any applications. Find out if there's anything working on it up front. Don't forget to look to see if there's any special requirements that the property needs or the landlord's requesting. And if they are requesting application fees, which everybody is, make sure you get the right amounts and it's either whatever form the landlord will accept. But lastly, always submit a complete application. Do not send part this and then send this later and then this later. That's really not looking good, especially if there's multiple applications. So many agents do just halfway work these things. So if you come in there slam dunk with all your information ready to go, and last but not least, cover letter. make sure you write a cover letter explaining why your clients want that house. So you've got a cover letter, applications, supporting documentation, and all of that together in one package, and you send it to the listing agent. Why would they not want to work with your client? It's detailed, it's attention to detail, and you've taken the time to make it easy for that landlord to accept your client. Those are my tips on getting your rental clients into homes. Leases can be great. It's fast. It can be quick income. And rental clients either rent repeatedly year after year, or they turn into buyers. So no matter what, they're a great source of building your sphere of influence. So this is Randall. I'll talk to you later.